from the capital
approved
market.
by the State Assembly.
The loan, I mean, the bond.
Okay, that's a bond.
That's a bond under the Debt Management Office.
Okay,
Yeah.
separate from
it's separate from, it's not, that is a technical thing they're working on. And it's a national thing.
How many loans is the Adamawa State government paying back now? Or servicing now?
Servicing. I think there's only one loan. The one they took for the roads, for the road project, which I'm pretty sure, had almost been amortized by now.
Were the roads constructed?
Definitely.
Okay. Another concern of these people, these concerned individuals, is that, most of the loans that are taken, they can't see what is being done with it.
Do you know their problem? I had one of them yesterday talking about no project has been commissioned. But there are two different things. Executing a project and commissioning it are two different things. You may have your own style. Our own style is that the commissioning of a project means allowing the people make use of these projects. Everybody who is in Adamawa State, who was in Adamawa State and is still in Adamawa State knows that by 2007, just from the city gate of Yola to the airport will take about 2 to 3 hours. It represented one of the worst roads in Nigeria. Between Yola and Numan was a very terrible road that had accidents and armed robbery attacks because of the nature of the road. Everybody here knows that you cannot, once it rains, there are areas you cannot reach in Fufore because there are no bridges. The road ends in front of the river. Everybody knows that in Mubi town, where I live, that when dignitaries come passing, the Amadou Bellewe Mubi, young people carry hooks and lines and pretend to be catching fish in the deep gullies that are on that road. These roads have been constructed. There's no lie about it. I can give you video clips of it. It's there. It's been constructed.
What did you take? Sorry, Sulaiman. What specifically did the Adamawa State government take this loan for? This $7.5 million loan.
Okay, this one is basically for human capacity development, education, and education with emphasis to street children, almajiris and other categories of street children, or dropouts, school dropouts. Because we have a project, we have two projects. One is the technical skill acquisition program, which we have about 7 technical skill centers, where we take children of real people, masses, take them there, about 30 in class, train them on the best practice of technical skills acquisition in agriculture, maintenance of agricultural machines, GSM, block making, whatever, so that when they come out, they have life-saving skills that they acquire. Secondly, we also have a program, we call it Local Apprenticeship Scheme, where we gather young people, put them under master trainers or training centers, young men and women, and particularly with particular emphasis on widows and orphans, so that they can learn, and we give them.
These are the programs you intend to finance with the $7.5 million loan you've taken.
Yeah, including also a bilingual education.
Was it increased in any way from the State House of Assembly?
Was it?
Did the State House of Assembly increase the loan in any way?
No, they did not. They did not.
But they gave approval for you to go ahead.
They gave approval. They gave approval.
Now, you were talking about education sector, and you were talking about the loans. Some of them will be used to enhance education in Adamawa State.
Yeah.
But the schools already you have presently, what have you done with those? Because they are not in good state.
Don't forget. No. It's not true. It's not true. Murtala Nyako regime has built over 4,000 block of classrooms within the period. And I also have the clips of what we met on ground. The kind of schools. I'm coming.
Because when he came, I want you to put them into better perspective.
Yeah.
When he came, before he came, there was almost free education. People were, the state government was paying the WAEC school enrollment fees. No, I wanted to get.
I'm coming.
They were paying the enrollment fees for the students.
Yeah.
And when he came, he stopped all of that. and a whole lot of people stopped going to school.
He did not stop all of that. People did not stop going to school. These are all things people are saying. What happened is that when he came in, you know, the whole thing was just a racket. You have maybe 2,000 students you pay for, and government was spending money that was meant to cater for about 10,000 students. The whole thing was a racket. So what did the government do? Government said, look, okay, let's do an audit of the whole process. Then when I looked at it, at the end of the day, when you pay for the WAEC and NECO fee, it doesn't end there. How much percentage pass are you recording? Do these students even go back and take these exams? Then we now looked at it and now looked at the whole process holistically. Nobody says Murtala Nyako is not paying. But what we're saying is that paying WAEC and NECO for ghost students had stopped. And those who were benefiting have gone around to begin to continuously blackmail the government that these things have been stopped, these things have been stopped. That is not where I want us to look at. I want us to look at the fact that WAEC and NECO passage in Adamawa State had improved to almost 40-something% today. And we are very proud of that, because it's not paying for these kids that really matters. What matters is let them pass. And don't forget, education is supposed to be a tripod.
How can they pass when you should let them pass?
I said, put the school system better, increase the number of teachers, improve the supervision, put the infrastructure on ground, build more classrooms, give more confidence to teachers so that they can teach more, so students can pass. Those are the areas that we are more concerned with, not the areas of you playing politics with paying WAEC fees and coming out to beat your chest, I have paid your WAEC fees.
Because a whole lot is happening in your state, and even Professor Jibril Aminu once, well, apologized to the people for having a hand in, well, bringing or supporting the present governor in that state. And people are reading a whole lot.
I agree with you, but I'm not going to.
They say
okay, carry on.
That apology stems from the fact that things are not working pretty well.
I am not going to join issues with somebody as distinguished as Jibril Aminu.
Just trying to mention
that's his own problem. But you see, Suleiman, you have to understand one thing, that sometimes people put their personal interest as societal interest. If Jibril Aminu had any misunderstanding with Murtala Nyako, it does not mean that Adamawa people have problems with Murtala Nyako. And I want to tell you that we have a peculiar case in Adamawa State. From the year 1999 to 2007, when we had a civilian government in the state, you know, a certain section of the ruling elite all ganged up and said they didn't like Atiku. And they fought Atiku, stopped development coming to Adamawa, criticized Atiku, and did until they dislodged him. Now, from 2007 to date, the same section of the elite again, they don't like Nyako. They don't like Nyako. They are fighting Nyako. You see, you look at it very plainly. I put it to you that the crisis that is happening in Adamawa State is that a lot of us in Adamawa, you know, put our personal interest over and above the interest of the society called Adamawa. And that is our headache, you know. So Jibril Aminu apologizing may be because he personally is not, you know, satisfied with his relationship with Murtala Nyako. So but that does not mean that the people of Adamawa, you know, and I told you, let me tell you very quickly that we have looked at it. We've seen how people manipulate our diversities. We've seen people manipulate our differences. And we have come up with a program with the assistance of the traditional rulership in the state to say, you know, we are going to do a research on causes of these misunderstandings within the state.
We don't have enough
I know, I understand, but what I'm telling you is that...
Sorry about that. We're closing now, but a quick one, just a word from you. Some people from the north of the country have said they will not be part of the constitutional conference, the national confab that they already have. Is Adamawa going to be part of it?
Let me talk first as a person. Personally, any opportunity for us to sit down and talk, I'm in support of it. Especially considering the fact that people are just talking about conference, but what comes before the conference? The president made a statement before he mentioned conference. He said, today we are more divided along ethnic lines, religious lines, and economic lines than we were before. And that is what informed this thing. And I think we need to sit down and talk about these things. My only misgiving in the whole thing is that we will be talking about ethnic because we will come from different ethnic groups. We will be talking religion because we will be coming from different religious groups. But we would not be talking about the disparities in economic terms. We are building islands of riches in oceans of poverty in this country. We know, but we are not, poor people will not be there to talk about their own plight. I just
realized you have a lot to say on that. Perhaps when time comes, we'll have to bring you out of Yola to come talk about that. I'd
be willing to, but I'm telling you the truth. That we need to talk.
Ahmad Sajo.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah.
Good. Many thanks for coming. He's the Director of Press and Public Affairs Government House in Yola. Well, that's how we say many thanks for being such nice company on Sunrise Daily today. I'm Sulaiman Alede.
Thank you. I'm Maokwe Ogun.
Thank you. I'm Neo Tegbe.
We'll see you tomorrow.